Hey everyone. Welcome back to my channel, the go-to place for unraveling the idioms and expressions from the Power English radio show. Today, we've got a power-packed lineup of phrases. So, let's dive right in. 1. Whether or not. Our first phrase is, whether or not. It's like having a fork in the road, presenting us with a choice or a condition. For instance, if you're contemplating applying for a new job, you might say, I'm not sure whether or not I'll apply for the management position. It's a way to express uncertainty or a decision to be made. 2. In full swing. Now, picture this. Something in full swing means it's at the peak of activity. The tourist season, by midsummer, is in full swing, with cities bustling with visitors. Imagine a party in full swing when suddenly the electricity goes out. Talk about timing. This phrase adds that vibrant touch when things are happening energetically and effectively. 3. Rest. Sit on one's laurels. Ever heard of sitting on one's laurels? It's like basking in the glory of past achievements, but not putting in the effort for more success. Don't rest on your laurels just because your first book did well. Keep writing. So, whether it's winning a championship or acing a project, this phrase warns against complacency. 4. That's true, but the ultimate segue into presenting an alternative viewpoint. It's a conversational gem, acknowledging a point while introducing a counterargument. For example, the new policy will help reduce costs significantly. That's true, but we also need to consider its potential impact on employee morale. 5. Headquarters. Lastly, we have headquarters. Think of it as the nerve center, the main office or central location managing and directing the show. The company's headquarters, overseeing regional offices worldwide, is where key decisions are made. And there you have it, folks. Whether you're in full swing with your projects or contemplating whether or not to take on a new challenge, these phrases add that extra punch to your language game. Don't rest on your laurels. Keep exploring and expanding your linguistic horizons. Stay tuned for more insights from the Power English radio show. Until next time, happy learning.
2, 3. Power English.
Welcome to the show, everybody.
Hey, everyone. I'm Kristen Cho.
And I'm Cameron Word.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Mm-hmm.
We're always happy to have you.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, truly.
It really is.
We have a real hardcore fan base.
Mm-hmm.
It's really pretty tight.
Yes.
I mean, we don't have everyone listening to us, but the people who do listen to us are very much big fans.
Well, I think it's a bigger fan base than you and I think, because 2 days ago,
What?
I had to go to Gwanghwamun.
Okay.
And I got off at the station, off the subway.
Right.
And someone said, oh, come on, Sam.
No.
Someone called me from the station.
Really?
Just seeing me. Yeah, It was so crazy. And that person, it was not the first time they had seen me.
Really? Well, you're so noticeable too, right?
So they had messaged me on Instagram before.
Right.
And they've also been a caller on our show.
And they saw you at Gwanghwamun Station?
Yes.
So she's our Power English listener?
Yeah, she's our Power English listener, and she actually had her daughter call in for our evening special segment on Fridays.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I think we got a bigger fan base than we think.
That's
yes.
If you're listening,
thank you so much for being a big supporter of the show.
No, we really, really do appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
And our business dialogue, the topic is end of the year meeting. So usually at the end of the year, you sit around and you review,
yes,
right? what happened in this past year. So we can't rest on our laurels.
Yes.
Okay, Laurels. Laurels.
Yes.
Kind of a hard word to pronounce. This is actually one of our expressions today. So, you can't rest on your laurels.
Yeah.
Stop resting on your laurels. What does this mean?
So I think we can talk about laurels later and what they are.
Yeah.
But the entire expression rest on your laurels means to stop working hard.
Yeah.
I've done enough.
Right.
I'm going to just kind of rest.
Okay. All right. And another expression is whether or not.
Whether or not. So it's kind of like saying one way or the other. It could be yes or it could be no.
Yes.
Whether or not.
Whether or not. Okay. And if something is in full swing.
This means that the activity going on is at full speed. Like it's completely going on 100%.
Right. Okay, very good. Okay, so let's go ahead and listen to our dialogue.
I want to address what Lena just said about whether or not our jobs are safe.
Construction of a larger headquarter building is in full swing. They obviously aren't planning to fire anyone.
That's true, but we can't rest on our laurels.
Right. We still have new products coming out every month for the next 4 months.
So we have to try to maintain the pace we've been working at for a little longer.
I hope that will be reflected in our annual bonuses.
Here we go. Max says, I want to address what Lena just said about whether or not our jobs are safe. This is a good word that we should know and be able to use in a meeting. Address.
Yes.
This is a very kind of formal word. Let's address this issue.
Yeah.
Let's address this problem. So instead of saying, let's talk about, let's, figure out, address just seems very kind of professional.
Yeah, it is a little formal. It's saying that we're going to talk about something with often the feeling of we're going to try and find a solution.
Right.
Or at least try and find a way to make things better from talking about this.
Okay. So I want to address what Lena just said about whether or not our jobs are safe. So they want to talk about is our job safe or not? Okay. Whether or not.
Yes. So this whether or not, if you were to say it in Korean, it's a grammar structure. 인지 아닌지.
인지 아닌지.
Right?
Oh, good, Cameron.
So, having this whether or not, be careful with the spelling. This is not weather as in the sun and it's raining and there are clouds. Not that weather. It's WHETHER.
Yeah.
Same pronunciation.
Right.
But the spelling is different.
Okay, good.
And,
all right. Yeah, so 인지 아닌지.
Yeah.
Okay, is our job safe? Are they not?
안전한지 아닌지.
아니지.
안전한지 아닌지.
Oh, very good. Okay. Kyle says, construction of a larger headquarters building is in full swing. They obviously aren't planning to fire anyone. Okay. So they're like, oh, is it safe? Now, Kyle says they're actually building a larger headquarters building.
Yes.
Okay. So, headquarters.
Yeah.
본사.
Yeah. I think most Koreans know the word. However, when I hear it used in kind of a Konglish setting, there's no S.
Headquarter.
Yeah. So in English, this word always has an S.
Interesting.
There is no headquarter. It's only headquarters.
Interesting.
And it's because this quarter is actually the word for room. It's a room, and then head is like main.
Right.
But you have, in a headquarters, you have more than one room.
That's right.
So it's a building with a lot of rooms, so it's always with S.
Oh, that's a good explanation.
Headquarters.
Very good. So keep that in mind, not headquarter, but headquarters. And the construction is in full swing. So how is it going with the construction?
So it is going Fully. It's not kind of like ramping up or just starting to begin. Slowly, or slowly finishing. No, it is 100% going.
Yeah.
Full speed.
Full speed ahead. Yeah, that's right.
In full swing.
In full swing. So, like, not only this building is in full swing, but like if a project could be in full swing, meaning it is fully active, fully like going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's working really hard right now.
Okay. All right. What does Max say?
That's true, but we can't rest on our laurels.
Okay. So it seems that Max is agreeing.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, you know, our jobs are pretty safe because headquarters, they're constructing the new building.
Yeah.
But he uses the word true. And so when we hear the word true, we think true or false. You know, it's more about truth.
Yeah.
But in this power pattern, it's more about what?
It's like, yeah, I agree with you.
Agreement.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I know, but.
Yeah.
That's the feeling with this entire expression.
Yeah.
That's true, but.
Yeah, that's it. We can't rest on our laurels.
Yeah.
So this is the expression that you were going to tell us about in more detail.
Yeah.
First of all, what is a laurel?
So a laurel is a plant, and they actually used to make crowns out of laurels.
Yeah.
So I believe the term is a 월계관, which is in ancient Greece, they used to give these crowns of laurels for people who won something or did something amazing, and they would put it on their head. So what this rest on your laurels means is when somebody accomplishes something big, and then after they do one good thing, they just don't do anything else.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Like,
it's like you just fall asleep.
You just fall asleep.
Yeah.
So like, let's say in college, like a professor works really hard.
Yeah.
And they become the head of the department of the college.
Right.
And then, why do anything else?
Yeah, no more writing reports or research papers.
I'm at the top. Like, I don't want to work anymore.
Yeah.
I'll let everyone underneath me work hard.
So it's a feeling of kind of satisfaction, contentment.
Yeah.
And you're kind of like, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I can take a little rest.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I did one thing well, so I don't have to do anything else well.
Yeah.
If you're just lazy and you've never done anything
then you can't
successfully,
rest.
you can't rest on your laurels.
Right.
It has to be you had one success, and now you're like, okay, whatever.
Yeah. We should never rest on our laurels.
Well, I hope we never do.
We should never. Okay, Kyle says, right, we still have new products coming out every month for the next 4 months. So Max is saying, we still have a lot to do.
Yeah.
And what does Max say?
So we have to try to maintain the pace we've been working at for a little longer.
Okay.
Got to keep working hard.
That's right. I hope that will be reflected in our annual bonuses. So, cannot rest on their laurels. They still need to work hard. And Kyle is like, I hope we get a good bonus.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and listen to that one more time.
I want to address what Lena just said about whether or not our jobs are safe.
Construction of a larger headquarter building is in full swing. They obviously aren't planning to fire anyone.
That's true, but we can't rest on our laurels.
Right. We still have new products coming out every month for the next 4 months.
So we have to try to maintain the pace we've been working at for a little longer.
I hope that will be reflected in our annual bonuses.
Okay, time for Power Note. Let's do a quick review, whether or not. So, 인지 아닌지. Okay. Do you know if you are being transferred to the London office yet?
Not yet. They still haven't decided whether or not they need another engineer.
Do we need an engineer?
I don't know.
Do we not? I'm not sure whether or not I'll apply for the management position. Should I apply? Should I not apply?
Should I not apply?
Yeah.
So both of these, if you look at the sentences we just said, the whether or not comes right before a complete sentence. So let's look at that last example we had.
Yeah.
I'll apply for the management position.
Yes.
That is a complete sentence.
It sure is.
And that's telling you, I will do this.
Yes.
So if you don't know that, before that sentence, you put whether or not.
Okay.
I don't know whether or not I'll apply for the management position.
Right. So they still haven't decided whether or not. Second one, I'm not sure whether or not, right? And then, so that's good. That's good to know the sentence structure.
Yes.
So it starts with like a negative, like, I'm not sure. I don't know. We haven't decided, whether or not. Because whether or not is like, we don't know yet.
Yeah.
It could be this or it could be that, right?
You can split this up as well. So that second one, I'm not sure whether I'll apply for the management position or not.
That
is also possible.
That is true. Okay. So let's give one more example, whether or not.
I don't know whether or not I will celebrate Christmas this year.
Oh, really?
Just an example.
Just an example. Yeah.
I will celebrate Christmas.
Yes.
But things like that.
Yeah. I don't know whether or not, my son is going to go to college. I don't know.
It's in the future. No one knows.
Nobody knows. Okay. If something is in full swing, it means it's at the peak of activity. So it's like really active, like right at the top of activity.
Yes.
I see the annual carnival is in full swing.
Yeah, I was thinking of going tomorrow. Want to come with me?
Right. So a carnival, a festival, a party.
Yeah.
If it's in full swing, it means it's like, it's hot.
Yeah, it's the main part.
It's...
Right? They're not getting prepared.
Yeah.
We're slowly starting. No, it's going.
It's going very hard.
Yeah.
Okay. The party was in full swing when the electricity went out. So the party was like really getting, very crazy. And then the electricity went out. Yeah. Okay. How about, could you say, his career was in full swing? As a lawyer.
Yeah, you could probably say that. And that would mean he's probably been working there for a few years at least.
Right.
And it's going well.
Right.
So even if he has been a lawyer for 20 years, if his career is not going well, I don't think I would use this.
Yeah.
Like he didn't have a lot of work. He didn't have any clients calling him.
Right.
I don't know if I would say full swing.
Okay.
But it'd be, maybe he's been at a law firm for 15 years.
Yeah.
And he just got promoted and he's really busy.
Listen, everyone, think about a playground and a swing. I used to love a good swing, right? So when you start out, you got to get that momentum going, right? You don't go fully up right away. It's like you start and back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then like maybe 5 minutes into it, then you're like way at the top and then you go way up to the top to the other side.
Yeah.
That's like a full swing, right?
Like the Viking ship at a theme park.
Yes.
The first couple of times it's fine.
Yeah, and then like,
you're
woo,
louder.
yeah.
And then you start to feel bad.
Right.
And you're like, oh, I might throw up.
My stomach.
That's whenever the Viking ship would be in full swing.
Full swing. So you can think of an activity just like that.
Yes.
Like it's kind of starting and then it gets really peaked. Okay, so I like to highlight this expression, rest on one's laurels, which means to stop putting in effort. So you've been doing well. You've been putting a lot of effort. And then you're kind of like, it's kind of like the rabbit, the tortoise and the rabbit.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, he was like, the rabbit was really fast and then like took a little nap. Resting on his laurels. And he lost the race.
Yep.
Okay. I really should start writing my second book.
Yeah, you should. You can't rest on your laurels just because the first one did well. I have one of my favorite authors. I won't say his name.
Why?
He wrote 2 books.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to finish the 3rd book.
Yeah.
And the 3rd book hasn't come out for like 11 years.
11 years?
The fandom has been waiting for 11 years. And he's just kind of been resting on his laurels. Yeah.
Or, no, I think a writer, maybe, there could be, writers need that creative.
No. It's...
No. He's resting on his laurels.
10 years is more than enough time. More than enough time.
Okay. Even though we won the championship, we can't rest on our laurels for 1 minute. So as you can see from all of these examples, they've had success. They've done well. And now they're resting on their laurels, or they can't.
Yeah.
They got to keep going.
Got to keep going. Got to keep working hard.
Yeah. So even though Power English is doing really well right now, I hope, we can't rest on our laurels.
Got to keep working hard. Keep pushing.
All right. That's true.
Yeah.
But.
I know, but.
That's true, but why take a chance?
That's true, but it doesn't always happen that way.
Yeah.
It worked one time, but I don't think it'll work again.
Right. Headquarters with an S.
With an
Remember
S.
that, everyone. 본사. There's a nice definition on page 48. Do check that out. And let's go ahead and thank our sponsor.
한국토익위원회에서 취업과 승진을 위한 토익 스피킹 응시권을 드립니다.
Great.